My 7 cardinal rules of sales and marketing for business loan brokers. Seven cardinal rules of sales and marketing for business loan brokers. So I think it's fair to say, guys, that the profession of business loan brokering is definitely getting a lot more attention out there these days. And it's a great thing, right? There are training programs popping up all over the place on the internet. We have even had folks that run some of these training programs book calls with us to find out what it is we're doing so they can try and copy us. And some actually have tried unsuccessfully to implement what they learn on those calls. We share everything on those calls. And they eventually come to realise something, that they can't do what we do because our business model has been built around the way that we provide support and also the way that we get our clients. We are not selling training, guys. And so the only way they can actually copy us is to start their business all over again. And that's not going to happen. So what has this actually got to do with marketing and sales, I hear you ask? Well, let me explain something here. A lot of these programs just teach lead generation, the marketing aspect of it, and they're often using ineffective methods that are not suitable for most folk who are actually doing this on a tight budget, right? Their go-to option is always buying leads in some way, shape or form. And you may actually be watching this right now and know that to be true because it's exactly your experience. Thing is, why spend money you do not have on trashy leads where 99% of them are never going to fund, and the ones that can, well, how much time is actually spent chasing them down only to find that you're never going to get to speak to them, or you do and you discover they've actually got funded already. The truth is, you don't need to play that game, guys. You don't have to spend anything on leads at all. We don't ever do that. You see, the problem I see with a lot of these sort of newer type of programs is that they all sell hype and quick wins. And I've seen one even saying that you can make 1 million in 1 year. Really, right? How much cash investment do you think that's going to take? Is that really feasible for most folk? I think we already know the answer there, guys. Folks, the only way that you will ever get what you want out of this profession is to play the long game. Because the truth is, whether you really want to hear this stuff or not, most people are not going to get quick success when starting out in this profession. Sure, someone may get a quick win, but that's different, right? It's not the same as sustainable success that you can actually scale over time. And it's just common sense, really. Nothing worthwhile comes quickly and often not even easy. It's a journey, and it's a personal journey you've got to go on. And it's one of self-discovery and one of growth. As someone who has been doing this stuff for a while now, and I actually continue to do this today, I'm still on my journey, right? You're going to 100% find out what it is you are really made of. And to that end, what I wanted to cover in this particular video is actually give some guidance on my 7 cardinal rules when it comes to marketing and sales of your loan brokerage. So number 1, if you want to grow in a sustainable way, you should always be mindful of your time and the things that you do with it. You want to be spending around 80% of your time on your marketing and sales and 20% of your time on the client work. Now, that may seem actually obvious and straightforward, and it actually is if you remember, but believe me, when you get clients, you're 100% going to switch to the 2080 model, and that will cost you big time. It may even mean you quit, right? Always keep the 80-20 rule in mind, and remember, nothing is more important than your marketing and sales. Yes, it even comes above your clients, guys. Now, why am I saying that? Because clients come and go. If you don't master your marketing and sales and ensure that it's consistently feeding you, right, you're going to be dead in the water. Number 2, blog posts, social media posts even, telesales, cold calling, networking events, that kind of stuff. Only marginally work, if at all. Only ever sell to warm leads, guys. Warm leads need nurturing from being a cold lead. You need around 7 individual touch points before a lead can be considered essentially a warm lead and in that buying zone, right? So think of that when doing your marketing. What touch points are there? How do they warm your prospects up, as an example? Now, I do want to clarify something here, because I know there's some people that watch this stuff that have got experience of cold calling, and I know that it can work, but it also requires skill and a lot of time. Now, if you've got a job and this is a side hustle that you're trying to do, you ain't going to do too well with cold calling. It's just a simple fact. And perhaps the most important point I want to make on this is that it's ridiculously time inefficient when compared to other methods that you can use. It's just a fact. And even though I say spend 80% of your time on marketing and sales, you also have to think of how the 80% of that time is actually spent. Always think in terms of time efficiency versus return for that effort. Cold calling only works well if you've got a team of individuals to do it for you. And even then, okay, that team's going to have a very high level of staff churn. So putting this simply, there are just better ways to go get clients these days. Number 3, before you market or try to sell your services, you need to know what you are willing to pay to get a lead and a new client. And then you need to measure what you do against those figures. Now, an example here is that if cash is tight, and it often is, and it's costing you around $200 to get a client, and believe me, with paid ads or buying leads, it will be higher initially. Well, even at $200, it isn't going to be sustainable longer term. It can be profitable, but it's about being sustainable to get you there. You're going to run out of money, right? And likely quit. So the problem I see is a lot of these programs is they aren't teaching the business side of this stuff. Again, how you get leads is all they want to focus on. And there's a cost of that too. And even when doing things organically, there's still cost. You must understand those figures to understand the efficiency of your work input versus your work output. And if what you are doing is going to get you to the goals that you have set. Number 4, you will dramatically enhance your brand and your personal credibility by authoring, speaking, and publishing quality, value-driven information. It's really kind of simple, this one, guys. Who do clients prefer to deal with? Learn, share, and become the expert. Number 5, generate warm leads with marketing, messaging, and content focused on solving problems, not information about your business or your services. Unfortunately, no one cares more than you about the services that you offer. And this ties really directly into the point number 4 and being seen as the expert. I've expanded on this a lot on other videos on the channel, but I still see people making this mistake time and time again. Guys, look, the trick to your success is really simple. Watch what everyone else is doing out there and go do the exact opposite. You either want to stand out from that crowd, or you want to be a faceless member of that crowd saying the same crap, excuse my French, that everyone else does. Again, it doesn't take a genius to understand which position will ultimately become successful versus not. Number 6. You can only attain your best negotiating position with prospects or clients when your marketing generates new client flow that exceeds your business's capacity to deliver. You need to create good problems, guys, like having too many clients is an example. That problem will put you in a far stronger position to the point that you can actually turn people down. Let me tell you, it's such a great feeling when you don't actually need the business. And it's an even greater feeling when you can turn people down. And we all know the types of clients we want to do that with. Finally, number 7, your most valuable asset is actually your existing client base. 20% of your clients will give you another 80% of your current revenue. 20% of that 20% will give you a further 80%. For most, that's at least another 100K a year. Now, look, I know the obvious thing. I already said spend 80% of your time on your marketing and sales and 20% on your clients. But there is a lot that can be done with that 20% of time. You just need to be efficient in the way that you do it. And basically, guys, that concludes my 7 cardinal rules of sales and marketing for business loan brokers. I really hope this helps. I keep trying to think about all the things that I've learned over the years and how I can kind of package it into a really easy format for you guys to kind of just watch and consume. Please ask me questions on the comments when you see these videos. I just need, it's good to get some direction if I'm doing the right sort of stuff and it's the stuff that actually helps you. It's really the stuff that's helped me, just learning about the business, just getting things moving. Everything that I've kind of done, I package into these videos and give you that information. So hope you liked it. And if you do, please subscribe to our channel, like the video, comment below. I'll see you on the next one.